Hey y'all, so in this video we are going to be going through a bow that's really great for everyone because it uses scrap pieces. So I call it the Sunburst Scrappy bow. I'm also going to show you how to take some of your ribbon extras and make a poinsettia, little poinsettia bow. So I'm going to zoom down and we'll kind of look at some of the scraps I have and put a few together, and then we'll get our bow together. So I always have a little bit of scraps left over. I kind of keep them in a bag, and then, you know, when I need just a little extra something, I'll come in and grab a bunch of different ribbons and make a little scrappy bow. So let's see, I see this cute one, this little snowman. I have several. Okay, I can use this black and white. I could also use the little skates with it. Let's see if we have anything else. I think we have a little bit of red that I have on the floor. Yep. Okay. All right. So generally speaking, when I do these bows, I cut them about 10 to 12 inches. I think we're going to do 10. So 10 is going to give you 5 on each side. And so I'll just cut. So here's 10. A couple of these. You can do it as small or as large as you would like. I do like to dovetail them. But it's such a super simple, easy bow, and it looks really cute. And it's a great thing to do with your extra scraps. Okay. Let's get a couple of this one. I do dovetail even the small ones. Just helps give it that consistent look. Okay. Let's get a couple of these. Okay. I think I have a little red and white over here too. Okay. Let's do, I love this one. Let's do one more red. Okay. Okay. And we can use that. Okay. Is that about 10? Yep. Okay. There we go. These colors all look great together. Okay. Okay. Let's do this gray. What's great about this bow is you can stack it as high as you want, make it as thick as you want. You can make it as thin as you want. You can add anything to it, such as little rope, little string, burlap. All of those things look really cute. You can also add some of your tubing. Anything like, ooh, we have some black. Anything like that looks great. Let's do a couple black. Okay. I don't think I have any burlap sitting in here, do I? No, I don't think so. Okay. This has probably been one of the bows that's been around the longest. All right, now got all my little pieces cut. And so what you can do is just kind of separate them. And you want to alternate the ribbon. So I kind of start out like a cross, and then I start almost making like a star. So here, here, here. Let's see, we can actually do like that and like that. Kind of get it a little different. Okay, and then again. It doesn't have to be in the exact same order. Whoops, I missed one. Let's do that black there. Okay. It doesn't have to be in the exact same order. I just find it a little bit easier to make sure I used all my ribbons if I do that. Okay. You can put them in opposites so that you get to see it a little better. Like that. Okay. Now, you know, I like to use zip ties, but you could use anything you want. What I like to do is just kind of find the center about right in here. Get my zip tie in there. You want to make sure that you're covering all of your ribbons. So let's see. Nope, it doesn't look like it's covered them. Here, let's do this. Let me show you a little bit easier way. Okay. So we're going to start with this on the bottom. Pinch right here. So I don't want it to be confusing for you to do it. Okay, pinch right there. Go to the next piece, pinch, put it across. You want to make sure that you keep your zip tie in an area where you're going to be able to tie these together. Okay. Like that. So see, right now, if I were to tie these, I could tie them all like this. You can still spread them out. There we go. Whoops, let's keep that under there. So we need to have that main cross point, very important. So even if you're going to spread them out, keep that main cross point because we can spread them out as we get them on here. There we go. Remember, they don't have to be in the same order. There. Now, we can use our zip tie to tie everything together. So we have our main little point here. There we go. Now, there we go. Get my little piece under here that I want to use to tie it off. There we go. Just making sure my pieces are even. So you want to do that before you tie it completely. Okay, just like this. You can also tie it with string. Oh, here we go. There we go. Tie it really tight. Okay, now all you're going to do is spread it out. So start spreading them out. Just like this. You can spread them in any direction you want. And you'll start kind of folding these up like that. Okay, spread them on the bottom. You can see how you get a really cute little bow. Now I did a whole bunch of ribbon together. You don't have to. You can also use material if you have material. This is one of the just simplest bows there is. And it really does look very cute. You see that? It is a little bit better if you keep these smaller. These make really cute bows for packages. It also makes cute bows for door hangers. Really adorable. You just kind of fluff it up like that. Okay, so now let's do a poinsettia. I think I will do the blue. Not really something you would normally see, right? But you can do anything you want. So we're going to cut these at 8 inches. We need 5 pieces. There we go. All right, now this is what's different with this. You are going to do the opposite of a dovetail. So remember, with the dovetail, you fold it over and you cut towards the edge. Well, you're actually going to make a point. So you're going to fold it and you're going to cut the opposite. You want that little point, very important. Okay. Right, so you're cutting it to a point. All right. Now you're going to take it, and the best way is to just kind of fold it like this and get it really gathered in there. Just like this. If your points aren't good, go ahead and fix them. Okay. More about the point. There we go. All right. See, you're just gathering it just like this. Put it right next to that one. Get that point. Pinch, put it in there. Okay. You can already see how it's starting to come together. Okay. See how cute that is? Now, I really like mine to be pretty pointy. You don't have to have yours quite as pointy, but I really like that. There we go. Okay, one more. Just like that. I can go ahead and tie these together and then I'll fix my point. For this one, I do like to use wire because I want it to be such a thin area where it's tied. Let me find another one. put it right in the middle where everything is gathered. Make sure you tie it nice and tight. Look how stinking cute this is. Can you see that? There we go. All right, let's fix this one. I do find it a little bit easier to cut these and trim them to be perfect once I get it on here, which is why I start with, so if you wanted it to be bigger than this, you might want to start with a little bit more than 8 inches, but you can see how this makes a perfect little poinsettia. Look at that. Now what you can do, grab a tiny little thing of berries and just glue that right in the middle. And then you have a perfect poinsettia. See how cute that is? So these were 2 really super simple bows. I think it's great to have a big mix of different ways you can make bows, because you never know when you're going to need a small bow or when you're going to need a big bow. All right, so I'll see you in the next video.